After completing this chapter, you will know the principles of creating a route on ECDIS. With an ECDIS in Insert mode, there are several ways to enter a route. These include manual entry of waypoints from a prepared list, reloading a previously saved route and reusing it, reversing and renaming a previously saved route, using a tool to automatically create a route, and importing a route from an external source. Manual entry is achieved using a route editor, firstly by naming the route and then using the mouse to click on screen to insert a waypoint. The route editor records the waypoint position, allowing it to be edited or saved. Subsequent clicks on the screen populate the waypoint list for the whole route. With the waypoints entered, the route appears on the display as a red or orange line. Waypoints are automatically given a number and stored using latitude and longitude. The ECDIS then works out the course, distance, and ETA between waypoints for the planned speed. The turn radius setting enables ECDIS to draw a curve or catenary from a wheel over point representing the vessel's predicted track. The route can be saved for use if complete, or to be worked on at a later time if not. Because ECDIS is a computer system, there is the flexibility to export routes to a storage device and to import routes and print a paper copy. Stored routes can be edited by changing parameters in the waypoint list or by clicking and dragging waypoints on screen. There are many reasons why the route may need to be edited, as shown in the text. It is necessary to have the correct setting for cross-track limit. Too small a value, for example 50 meters in open sea, will result in regular alerts as the vessel yaws left and right off track. Too high a value will give fewer off-track alarms, but there could be unnecessary alerts for objects that lie within the wide corridor. A vessel initially has a relatively large cross-track limit because there are no dangers close by. As the turn approaches, the limit is reduced because of the islands to the north and south. During the turn, the vessel adopts an angle across the line, with the stern moving further out than the bow. There is also the possibility of understeer on the corner that would put the vessel closer to the eastern island than planned. On the southerly leg, the vessel is now crossing wind and tide with a set angle that puts the stern closer to the island as she sweeps out a path larger than the beam. There is also the added danger of being upwind and tide of the island, so staying further away from danger and having immediate notice if the vessel sets down is wise, so the cross-track limit is small. By having the waypoint close to the channel edge, the turn catenary middles the two buoys. The waypoint position may be criticized by an inspector, not realizing how the catenary accurately reflects how the vessel will track in the turn. This is one reason to ensure the correct turn radius. It is possible that the natural turning radius of the vessel using the engine and rudder alone is too great for a tight turn, as illustrated. A vessel will use thrusters, tug assistance, or some other manoeuvre to make this turn. ECDIS may not allow a smaller turn radius setting, so it becomes impossible to reflect the route properly. Before any route is used, it should be approved that it is safe to use. This is called route validation. There should always be a visual check along the whole route at the chart compilation scale. The ECDIS will undertake an automatic route validation that checks the route, looking for any dangers along the corridor defined by the cross-track limits. The ECDIS will also undertake a route geometry check. It compares the planned turns with the saved parameters for the vessel. Any infringements will cause a "too tight turns" warning. On some ECDIS routes, validation happens automatically when a route is loaded, but on others it may happen when a loaded route is activated. An active route is one that is ready for monitoring. Validation results are seen in a table, but also on the chart display. Click on the button to see how an ECDIS shows validation results. Validation warnings are shown on the chart with an orange highlight and with text in a window. The operator decides if changes to the route are necessary, or it can be used as it is. If changes are made, the route will need revalidating. When validating a route, it is essential to have sufficient charts at all scales. This enables the ECDIS to see all of the possible charted objects along the route and check them for danger. A single chart, as illustrated, at a small scale, is of little use for a proper route validation, as it does not have many charted objects. As many of the validation warnings concern grounding risk, it is essential to correctly set the safety depth contour and the safety depth value as described previously. The animation shows a safety depth contour setting of 5 meters that is too small for the vessel's draft. A route laid across a shallow area would not be detected by an ECDIS, and the wreck does not appear to be dangerous to the vessel. When the 20-meter contour is selected, the isolated danger symbol appears on top of the wreck, making it more obvious. "7 meters is the safety depth setting, and 10 meters is the safety contour. The ECDIS shows isolated danger symbols over objects between 7 and 10 meters depth lying inside the 10-meter contour, even though they are outside the safety depth setting and not a danger to the vessel. The wreck is not given an isolated danger symbol because it lies outside the 10-meter contour, and the depth attribute on the wreck is greater than the safety depth value. Other possible validation warnings are shown in the text. The route has to be revalidated if it has changed, or if there is new information relating to safety. Hover over the hotspot for a warning. Here is a summary of what we have looked at in this chapter.